we can start. Hello. Good day, everyone, and welcome to this workshop on DappLooker, presented by MetricsDAO and, of course, our friends at DappLooker. I'm R plus T. You can call me Rob, and I'll be quote-unquote your host and moderator for today. Now, if at any point you have a question, please feel free to post them in the text chat section by clicking on the top right corner of this channel. The presentation will be about 20 minutes or so, and we will only break for questions at the end. This workshop will also be recorded, so if you're not okay with that, please feel free to leave the channel now. All right, then. I guess with that out of the way, let me turn it over to the marketing lead of DappLooker, Dank Belfort. Over to you, Dank.
Hey, Rob. Thank you. So my name is Dank Belfort, and I will be leading the presentation today. So let's start with the introduction to the company. DappLooker is a no-code, community-driven, multi-chain blockchain analytics company where you can analyze and query blockchain data, visualize data by building charts and dashboards, which can be forked, edited, and even shared with your community. Here are a couple of our features which involve, we support smart contracts, subgraphs, and subquery. You can connect your smart contracts of multiple networks such as Ethereum, Polygon, Moonbeam, Celo. You can even sync your subgraphs from the graph.com and also run your APIs via subquery for your data. We have a very intuitive SQL editor which lets you query, filter, and join data and build awesome charts. It takes the pain out of exploring your data and write queries for you. You can not be tech heavy and still manage to perform equivalently. You can create charts, build dashboards, which can be easily shared with your community, as I said. These encourage community analytics where one can enable multiple ideas driving the dashboard creation, which can curate the data required for decision making. Multi-chain DApp analytics is something which is very cool from our side, where we allow you to monitor a DApp growing on multiple networks together. So I believe you guys have received the bounty for Aave V3 and you guys are building cool analytics on it. So we've made a very basic dashboard for Aave V2 where since it's present on 3 networks, this showcases the count of deposit transactions and users on V2, Aave V2 on Ethereum and Polygon. So this is a very basic dashboard. A tip of the iceberg, if I may. We are a lot much bigger than this. We have got really amazing cool tools, and I'll get into it. So first, I'd like to start with integrations. So yes, just a minute. So currently we have over 13 networks integrated, including Ethereum, Subgraph, Polygon, Moonbeam, Near, Celo, CoinGecko, JoinStream, Bitcana. Across these 13 networks, we have onboarded roughly 130 dApps that gives users access to a data range of close to 120 million users. In this integration, we are still trying to integrate as many as network as we can, growing constantly. Eventually, we hope to reach a place where whatever data you want, whatever analytics you want, DappLooker will be the place for you. Next, we have over here is into our products something called as a Dapp Explorer. A Dapp Explorer is a place where so we have close to 200 dashboards built on our ecosystem so far, out of which 60 are public. They are made for crypto enthusiasts to do their analytics on. So anybody can access these charts and dashboards. So on the left hand side, as you see the categories, we have divided them across various categories that can help you select or understand or identify what kind of DApp data you're looking for. These dashboards inspire you or give you an understanding that these are the cool things that you can draw upon. Like these are the things that you can start building upon. Apart from this, we have something called as a Network Explorer. I'll get into it. So a Network Explorer is a place where we have curated a couple of really important dashboards which we undertake. These dashboards cover key metrics, really important metrics. So for Aave, again, we've made a user retention dashboard. User retention dashboard in Web3 is pretty difficult. Understanding the cohort analysis is really difficult to club together the data and understand how many transactions is one user doing across the board. So this is one of the dashboards that the company has made. Apart from this, a really cool dashboard that we have is a near staking dashboard. This dashboard is again very useful. This is useful for people, stakers particularly. If they need to understand any data, this is the one-stop solution for you. Whatever data you need regarding the near staking, this is the place to go to. You get the understanding of the price movement, the movement of USDT on it, the volume that's happening across. And yeah, you can also use this data to however you want to mold it in a way, and you can mold it. So I think this is enough to explain our features. I'm gonna start with logging in and teaching you how to start using leveraging Dapplocker. So of course, if you do not have an account, you're gonna click on sign up. You're gonna reach a sign up page where, as of now, we support email IDs, email addresses, and passwords. But we have a Web3 integration coming soon, where eventually you'll be able to log in via your MetaMask. So that will be a one-click login for you. That's a really cool thing we're introducing. After making an account with us, you land on this page. This page is called a place where this is your own personal dashboard where you register your projects. And after the data syncing is done, your projects are displayed over here. Now, as I mentioned, we sync and index three different kinds of your data sources can be of three various kinds. So they are mentioned over here in the drop down: a subgraph, smart contract, and subquery. I'll show you how to do it. So, for example, if you want to index your subgraph, this is the place to go to. You enter your project name, mention the network it is. So these are the networks that we support, out of which the subgraphs can be taken from the graph. You enter the subgraph endpoint, you paste it over here, you mention the website, you upload your logo, and you click register. Same goes with smart contracts, where you enter smart contract addresses. We have an option where you can enter multiple smart contract addresses together and they can be synced. Of course, you need to go through the pro tips mentioned on the right hand side to help you out and understand some things even betterly. If there are some things that you do not know, pro tips are here to help you out. So depending upon the data side, it depends upon how big the project is. The data syncing takes some time to happen, but since we have your email address registered to us at one point, we send you a notification that hey, your data indexing has been done. So I guess it's time for me to show you guys how to build some charts and how to make a good dashboard. So I'm gonna go with ENS for this. So we're gonna start with ENS. Oh, one second. Yes. So the data is divided into schemas. For a quick landscape of the data, we have something called as an X-ray button over here, which can help you X-ray these tables. So let's say you want to X-ray the domains table. Now, of course, the domains table is filled with data as we know it is. So if you want to do a quick X-ray and do a basic count or the most basic of editing, I believe you can click on the X-ray button. This converts the data that you already have into a much more readable, a very easy format. This gives you a very small summary of what your data shows exactly. It helps you out to understand. So there are a couple of things. Sometimes not the entire data is useful, but only a part of it is. So this lets you understand that part very easily. Now let's build some charts, shall we? So you go on domain. Let's say we want to understand the number of domains that have been registered so far. So we click on summarize. We say the count of UIDs and we click done. Once it's done, here you can see the total amount of domains that have been registered on ENS so far. These are the total unique domains that are there. Across this, let's say I want to add let's remove this and I want to say, wait a second. So let's say you want to filter something. So we're gonna filter label names that are Cody. So we're gonna filter this column. I'm selecting the first one that is shown on the up side and we'll update filter. And we can see selective data made by Cody. Apart from this, we have an option for multi filters where you can use two filters together. So for example, as I shared previously, one second. So this is the count of ENS data that we have. The total amount of domains that have been made so far. Let's say you want to divide them by the time they've been made at. So here the data has been divided by week. Let's say you want to see how it has performed across the previous 30 weeks. so we can understand this is how this is a basic line chart that has been made. Now for visualization, we have a lot of options. So as you can see, we've got options such as a bar chart, where we've got multiple. You can edit your bar chart, you can change the labels as they show, you can change the axis as they are shown, and you can of course change the color. You can show your values on data points very clearly. uh, each and every single one of this visualization format has its own way of showing the data to you. My personal favorite one is the trend, which shows you that, hey, this was the amount of domains built last week, this was the number of domains registered this week. It gives a very good idea of how well you're doing week on week. Once your data is built, let's say we want to build a bar chart. Let's say we want to save this data, so we'll click on save on this save button over here. We'll name this chart created by week. Now we have an option over here where which collection we'd like to save it in. So you go, you save it in my personal collection, click save. Or let's say you want to save it in the ENSS collection itself, which has multiple charts and dashboards built already. We're gonna go, I'm gonna click on ENS public collection and I'm gonna click save. We'll get to the dashboard part eventually. So this is what you can do with all the data that has been given to you. Of course, the data that makes no sense at one point, with DappLooker, all of it can eventually make sense. The next part of this is we go to building a dashboard. So on the left top, the DappLooker button that you have, this button takes you to the main analysis page, where we have our public dashboards out there for you. We'll get to that. Your dashboard, your data right now lies in the Ethereum network ENS collection. So we've got some charts that are already built over here. Various charts explained, built by different people, a couple of our data scientists on the platform. You click on the plus button on top right. You click on create a new dashboard. You name your dashboard. So let's name the dashboard MetricsDAO tutorial dashboard. Okay. We're gonna save it in the same collection itself. Yes. So we're gonna do a hard refresh for our dashboard to appear over there. As you can see, our dashboard is available now. I'm gonna click on it. The dashboard is empty right now, so we're gonna add a couple of charts to make a dashboard make sense. So we're gonna click on add charts. Let's say we want to add accounts created per month, activity in the past 30 days, charts created by week, domains added in the past 30 days, number of domains migrated. Now, the team has done a really great work with showing with the dashboard as well. We have a very intuitive dashboard as well, where you can play around with it. We have a great drag and drop feature. You can pull it around, play with it however you want to. So let's make this look a little bit more beautiful. Okay. Once the dashboard is made, you can click on save. It will save your data. It gets updated in real time. You can click on the full screen if you want to take snapshots of your data. Data is visible in a very beautiful way. Now these dashboards are public. You can easily share them by copying the URL on the top. You can just copy this and give it to someone and they'll be able to access the data themselves. A couple of important dashboards, as I said, made on us. One of them is a near ecosystem dashboard that we. It gives you a very good understanding of how the ecosystem is performing in general. We can see the number of deposit transactions on Metapool weekly, the amount of using users on Metapool that are added every week, gives you an idea of TVL, gives you an idea of the APR on Drift Finance and Tri Solaris. And in general, it's one of the most important dashboards that have been made on our platform so far. And we have another dashboard where a Moonbeam decentral. Now, one of this is another dashboard that has been made on our platform that shows how Moonbeam has been performing so far. It gives a great idea how the platform of the network is performing, and it gives dApps users both a really great understanding of who and what are they dealing with so far. Now, all the data that I have mentioned so far, go back, is available on our Notion website. Yes. So, in case you do not understand what to do, where to do, we have created a very nice Notion. A Notion that explains our features about us and everything in a very nice way. These are the couple of our features which I explained. Chart API is one of the features where you can, using APIs, you can show data on your platform in real time. So one of the data that wait, I'll show it to you. Yeah. So a glint burn dashboard that we made. So using APIs, BeamSwap now displays the same data on their own website. So in a really cool way, the same data can be in real time projected on your websites using the chart API function. This is one of our very popular function that people have been using so far. So that is pretty much about it from our side for the website, a tutorial or workshop of how DappLooker works and how you can leverage it for yourself. I'd like to announce another. Can I stop sharing my screen now? Yeah.
Yep. Think you're okay.
Yes. So there's a small announcement that we want to make. We are launching a business ambassador program. We'll be dropping the message on your platform soon. However, introducing so that if you are one of the crypto enthusiasts, if you're a data scientist, if you're a data analyst, and if crypto excites you, we are introducing an entire data scientist program. Where, if you are familiar with Near, Celo, Moonbeam, Ethereum, and the subquery ecosystem, you've got core niches in DeFi, NFT, multi-chain protocols. You have a good and active Twitter following, and you can of course build charts and dashboards. We're willing to we're willing to make you our brand ambassador. And of course, with this, the perks are you'll get one of our premium accounts, the premium plan for DappLooker that is close to $5,000 USDT per year. We're gonna give it away for free in exchange of course, the brand ambassadorship. So yes, that's it, I guess, and I'm open to questions.
Awesome. Thank you for that quick rundown, Hank. Yeah, if anyone here has any questions, please feel free to send them in the chat. Actually, I have a question. What are the benefits of getting a premium account with DappLooker?
I didn't get it. Can you repeat your question?
Yeah. What are the benefits of like getting a premium account
So
with DappLooker?
we've got a couple of complex analytics, a couple of our tools which are pretty complex. Now these tools, since using them are a little heavy on the infrastructure end for us, we have converted those tools, we've given them away in our pro and premium plans. For example, the user retention dashboard, the cohort analysis, the funnel analytics function that you saw, they are a part of the premium plan. So these are pretty attractive. These are not usually available easily out there. So these are the functions that we give out in the premium account. Of course, you can use them to embed it. So if you've got a personal website where you showcase all the dashboards you've made, you can embed those dashboards that you made on our platform directly to your website to showcase what your work is. I'll drop the link for the exact amount of features you get access to on the chat.
Got it. Okay, so some additional like analytics tools to help with analysis. I got a question. If you could repeat one more time, what does it take to get the premium account? I guess this is the brand
Yes, so
ambassador.
what we're gonna so this is the program we're announcing right now. We've got a couple of criteria. So we're gonna be dropping a message in the Discord server as is on the MetricsDAO Discord, where we're willing to so we'll of course there'll be a small process of an interview where you'll have to make a dashboard where you'll have to give us an angle. Of course, we'll for that particular dashboard we'll be willing to give you a premium account, but you'll have to the access to all the premium features, but you'll have to give us an angle to a particular DApp or a network which hasn't been explored yet. Since that would be something that would create traction for both us and the network, it would be beneficial in two ways, and that will be a fair exchange for us, I guess.
Got it. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. A message on our Discord will be sent, and there'll be an interview and possibly a dashboard to test your skills and see if you can be a brand ambassador for Dapplocker. More questions. I have another one. Any future chains or protocol integrations in the pipeline that we should be excited about? That you can hint on if it's you could share?
Well, right now, this is something that's in pipeline. I'll need to check with my team and get back to you for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
no worries. Just trying to get some alpha. uh, any questions?
So, so like, hey, I'm Abhay from DappLooker, and I, is I'm
Hey,
audible?
Abhay.
Can I answer that question? Last question.
Yeah, go ahead for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, the projects which we are working quite closely is like Aave V3. So we'll be like integrating Aave V3 contracts for like for all the different networks. For example, Aave V3 is on Polygon, Arbitrum, and other networks. So we'll be integrating those contract data. So that is one. Along with that, there are a lot of Re5 projects coming up, which is like in itself is a unique category, and uh, they are kind of like reaching out to us for the integration for building different kind of analytics. So refi is one category which we would be like focusing on. In terms of network, like uh, I mean, there are few networks in discussion. For example, Polygon is there, but there are Polkadot networks. So through subquery, for example, Akala or Akura. So these are few networks. For that, like the talks are going on. So like as the discussion progresses, we'll share details on our Twitter, or I mean, you can also get updates on the Discord.
That's awesome. So some Aave V3 integrations, Refi, very shallow. I pronounced it right. Must have seen your good integrations there, and some Polkadot networks as well. Got a question here from Orlando 107. How is DappLooker different from other analytics and dashboard lookers or like data providers, right? Like how does DappLooker stand out and differentiate itself?
Right. So, Deep, do you want to answer that? Yeah. So, yeah. So one of the some of the few things which I can share is uh, like the seamless registration of smart contracts and subgraph. So for example, currently you'll not find projects. For example, let's say if you have a hosted subgraph or studio subgraph, you can register that on our platform and build like cool charts, dashboard. So you can actually build dashboards out of subgraph and build some advanced dashboards. along with that, so there's a seamless registration, like so you can so on the website, if you can just type the contract name or even the contract address, one or more than one, and you can you'll once the data is indexed, you can do like analytics, and since like so one of the USP which we always say is, to use DappLooker you don't need to be technical. Like it's very UX friendly. So even if you don't know SQL, so we have a very nice SQL editor or dashboard builder, which is like drag and drop. So you can specify the filters, you can specify the group by clause from the UI, and build those charts and dashboards. So these are like some of the points, I would say, like differentiate. I mean, there are other points too, but these are kind of differentiate from others.
Yeah, that integration with subgraphs is pretty interesting because there's not with the graph and subgraphs as the leading indexer of blockchain data, having like a visualizer for that data for those data sets are pretty cool. Stands out from the market because I don't think there's any other provider that does that. I have another question here. Are you supporting any Cosmos chains?
I think I'm not 100%. So there's a chain called Bitkana, which is I think it's under Cosmos. I'm not 100% sure. But I mean that we support. But like you can like, let's say if you have a Graph Protocol supports Cosmos.
It's 9 o'clock.
Supports Cosmos. So let's say if you have a subgraph which is built on top of Cosmos, so you can plug that and build your analytics.
Uh, Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a questions like, is it possible like we include some game-related statistics here, like maybe all the metaverse projects, if they are statistics, is it possible to integrate that with DappLooker?
Yeah, so I assume like those like game projects must have smart contracts, or
Mm-hmm.
must have subgraph. So you can plug. I mean, you can at the time of registration you can specify those game contracts, game project contracts or subgraph, and I mean data will be indexed seamlessly, and then you can build the dashboards. So one of the recent game project which we are like we started in, like which we integrated, is good ghosting. So you know good ghosting, right? It's a gamify project.
Mm-hmm.
It's in, I think it's in Polygon as well as Cello.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we have integration with that. So I think, I mean, if you have the contracts of those projects or subgraph, I mean, of course, those are those are those can be integrated.
Okay, got it. So the projects like other side or like this type of things. So if we have access to the smart contracts, then we can integrate those projects, right? Um,
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So one more question is like maybe you just shared like you don't have to know SQL and much more technical stuff. So what kind of like if I am not if I'm not from a like developer background, so what are the things I need to know first to integrate those games with like DappLooker? I am asking this because I was looking for few metaverse related data, and at this moment like there is no analytics platform that is providing such like good quality data. Like there are few websites, but the metaverse related data are not rightly available, so I am interested in that.
Sure. So, I mean, what you can do is you can either, I think you just need to have smart contracts of those metaverse projects. So I mean, uh, I think that's all. That's all you need to know to use DappLooker. So basically, like, you can like, so you can join our Discord and share those contracts. So what we'll do is we can index those, and once those contracts are there, uh, through the, as I said, through the query build, through the from the UI or from the dashboard builder, you'll have access to those data, and you can easily you'll have access to those transaction data, all those metaverse receipt data. So once that is there, you can build out those dashboards. Does that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. And is it possible, like I can see for the Moonbeam delegated dashboard and everything, like the point things you have already integrated, like is it possible I can customize, like maybe I want a separate dashboard for the land sale, and maybe I want maybe the user adoption, I want a separate curve maybe for the user adoption, how things went for last few months. So is it possible to customize those things as well?
Yes. So basically, so uh, 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 there are two ways you can customize it. So you have all the raw data on the platform. So for example, in case of Moonbeam, you have the transaction data and also the staking data. So either you can build a new dashboard from your, like you can just sign up, build out a dashboard from your account, which is a completely new dashboard. So that's one way of customizing. And the other way of customizing it, you can do, so there are already like a lot of Moonbeam dashboards on the platform. There are like staking dashboard, there is network dashboard. So those dashboard you can duplicate it and modify like existing charts dashboard, or even the queries you can modify it, and you can build out your own dashboard. So customize, so either build your new dashboard, or you can build out a new dashboard out of the existing one. Both are like, both options you have.
Okay, great. Like, can I please DM you? Like, we are like researching on like 10 metaverse projects, and we want to publish a research paper. So for that, like, we are lacking few data. So can I please DM you with like how we can get those datas in Discord maybe?
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm afraid that's all the time we have. The Discord to DappLooker has been linked in the chat, and we'll also send that out once the recording of the workshop is available. We'll also send some resources. Once again, thank you to Dank, to Abhay for that workshop, and again, stay tuned for the resources that we'll post both on our workshops channel here on Discord, on our Discord, and also on join the Discord of DappLooker. So thanks everyone.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
good
much
day.
for hosting this. It was really
Of course.
lovely.
Thank you, everyone. It was nice talking to each one of you.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.